everyone, my name is Samantha, and today we're going to take a deep dive into retinol-based products. Retinols have been available for decades and are famed for their amazing anti-aging effects. We're going to cover 4 topics. What are retinols and what do they do to our skin? What type of retinols are there? What are the cautions surrounding retinols? And how to introduce retinols into our skincare routine. Let's start with, what is retinol? Well, very simply said, retinol is vitamin A. And just like vitamin A in carrots is essential for our eyes, vitamin A on our skin is essential for our skin development. When vitamin A is absorbed by our skin, it is shown to have excellent effect in treating acne and skin aging. This is great, but how does it do it, you ask? Retinol will essentially do 2 things to our skin. Number 1, it's going to thicken our epidermis, and number 2, it's going to smooth out the structure of our skin by removing the top layer of dead skin cells. Vitamin A, once absorbed by our skin, has the ability to regulate cell growth. As we age, we know our cell cycle gets slower and slower. When we're younger, our cell cycle is about 21 days, but as it slows down, unfortunately, the signs of aging become more apparent, and fine lines, wrinkles, dullness, and dark spots are more visible on the surface of our skin. Since retinol helps to regulate cell growth, it stimulates collagen and elastin synthesis, essentially thickening our epidermis layer. This creates more resilient skin that has less visible signs of aging. Retinol also has a keratolytic effect. This sounds complicated, but really just means it has the ability to break the bonds between skin cells. This is amazing because when it breaks the bonds, it removes the top layer of surface skin cells, showing brighter, firmer, more youthful looking skin. Retinol is not only a famed anti-aging ingredient, it's also highly recommended for those with acne-prone skin. It not only regulates that cell cycle, but also helps remove those dead skin cells on the surface, unclogging pores and keeping them free of debris. Now that we know what retinols do for our skin, let's look at what type of retinols are available on the market. To better understand retinols, we first have to understand the group of retinols. This includes prescription retinols, cosmetic retinols, and pro-retinols. Together, this group is called retinoids. To understand a little bit better, imagine prescription retinols being called spinach, cosmetic retinols being called romaine, and pro-retinols being called iceberg. Together, they are called lettuce, or in this case, retinoids. Let's start our deep dive with prescription retinols. Prescription retinols are not really retinols at all. They are actually called retinoic acid. This is the purest form, and when it's absorbed, it starts to do its magic right away without being converted to anything. Prescription retinols are intense, fast-acting ingredients that have an excellent effect on the skin, but also have the greatest side effects. Common side effects with prescription-based retinols are dryness, peeling, redness, and extreme irritation. Prescription retinols can often be found under the name tretinoin. Prescription retinols are different than retinols because when retinols get absorbed into our skin, they have to work to be converted into retinoic acid before they can be used. This takes a little bit more time, so retinols tend to be a little bit more gentle and with less side effects than prescription-based retinols. Unfortunately, retinol is known to be an unstable ingredient, especially in heat, light, and water. So, companies are on the hunt for retinol-like ingredients with less side effects and more stability. Emerge pro-retinols. As we just discussed, retinoic acid is the purest form that absorbs and goes to work right away. Retinols have to be absorbed into the skin and converted into retinoic acid. Pro-retinols, or commonly known as retinol derivatives, are retinols with an extra molecule attached to it. This extra molecule helps to increase the stability and decrease the negative side effects. When pro-retinols are absorbed by the skin, they are actually converted multiple times, first into retinol and then finally into retinoic acid. More stability and a safer ingredient? This sounds really great, right? Well, unfortunately, they do have their drawbacks. Even though they act just like retinols, because they have that extra stability molecule attached to it, they have a poor ability to absorb into the skin. So they are safer, but less effective. I bet you're wondering when I'm going to talk about the Red Pro Retinol Serum by Dr. Belmer. Well, wonder no more. Now is the time. Dr. Belmer's Red Pro Retinol Serum is a pro-retinol, but it's the most innovative pro-retinol on the market. Traditionally, pro-retinols are more stable, but have a slower and weaker effect on the skin. LG created a pro-retinol called AvonEN. This is retinol linked with the molecule PEG, polyethyl glycol. Polyethyl glycol, or PEG, is very commonly found in moisturizers, serums, creams, cleansers, everything. It is known to help increase absorption into the skin and is one of Aquabomb's secret ingredients for its explosive hydration. So, LG has linked retinol with PEG not only to stabilize it, but also to help increase the absorption into the skin. Studies have shown that AvonEN can not only absorb better than pro-retinols, but also even better than traditional retinol. Wow, how innovative! And now that we've talked about the three main retinoids, prescription retinols, cosmetic retinols, and pro-retinols, we're going to look at two other ingredients that are slightly different. The first one, phytoretinols, and the second one, retinol alternatives, commonly known under the ingredient bakuchiol. Phytoretinols are not retinols at all. They're actually beta-carotene, the same ingredient that's inside of carrots. When beta-carotene is put on our skin, it's absorbed and our skin naturally converts it into vitamin A retinol. Because all of the action happens inside the epidermis, inside our skin, phytoretinols do not have the same negative side effects like instability or skin irritation. But they still work to help increase collagen and elastin synthesis inside our skin to have thicker epidermis layer. Because they're stable, phytoretinols can also be used both daytime and nighttime and do not have the same cautions as traditional retinol products. And our last category are retinol alternatives, or commonly found under the name bakuchiol. This type of ingredient is different than all of the other because it does not contain any form of retinol and does not convert into any form of vitamin A or retinol. But studies have shown that it has the same effects on collagen and elastin synthesis inside the skin. So overall, it's going to have the same effects as retinol, but with none of the negative side effects like irritation, instability, and peeling or dryness of the skin. In fact, bakuchiol is going to help reduce the look of fine lines and wrinkles while also providing additional antioxidants and skin-soothing effects. This makes it an excellent choice for those with sensitive skin, as it does not cause the same irritation associated with retinols. To recap everything we just talked about, retinoic acid is the purest form and prescribed by the doctor, but is the most irritating. Retinols get converted into retinoic acid inside the skin, commonly found in skincare and cosmetics, but known to be irritating and unstable. Pro-retinols are retinols with a stabilizer molecule attached, so they are slightly safer to use, but unfortunately they do not absorb well into the skin. Other than AvonEN, that is found in the Dr. Belmer Red Pro Retinol Serum and has an excellent absorbing ability into the skin and very stable. Phytoretinols are beta-carotenes that get converted into vitamin A by the skin. This can be used both daytime and nighttime and is safe, stable, and effective in treating the signs of aging without irritation. And lastly, retinol alternatives, or bakuchiol, which are not retinols at all but have the same exact ability as retinols without the irritation. Now that we have a deeper understanding of retinols in general, let's take a look at the cautions surrounding retinoids, prescription retinols, cosmetic retinols, and pro-retinols. These should only be used during the night. Because they can be unstable in heat and light, it is highly recommended that you only apply retinol products during the nighttime. 2. Use sunscreen every day when adding retinols to your routine. Because you are removing the top layer of dead skin cells, you may experience UV sensitivity, and it is recommended to wear sunscreen in the morning when you are adding retinol-based ingredients to your nighttime skincare routine. But we all know you should be wearing sunscreen anyways. 3. Retinol-based products cannot be used during pregnancy. 4. Retinols and vitamin C can be used together, however, it should be done with caution, as retinols and vitamin C, when used together, can increase skin irritation. 5. Retinol should not be used with other exfoliants like AHA, BHA, or a physical exfoliant. Because retinols are already removing the dead skin cells from the surface, adding an additional exfoliant can cause increased sensitivity and irritation. 6. Use a moisturizer. Retinols naturally decrease the amount of ceramide production in the skin, so common side effects are dryness. It is recommended to use a moisturizer when applying retinol-based products. There are 6 major cautions surrounding retinol products that we need to make sure we're always sharing with our customers and doing for ourselves when we add our Dr. Belmer Red Pro Retinol Serum into our skincare routine. Talking about routine, let's learn how we can introduce retinols into our routine. When starting to use retinols, it is recommended to start low and slow. Start with a low percentage and allow your skin to get used to the ingredient. Like Dr. Belmer Red Pro Retinol Serum, it is recommended to introduce retinols 2 times a week for the first week and gradually build up nightly. Every week that your skin is showing a favorable result with no irritation, you can add an additional night of application. Continue this weekly addition schedule until the product is being used nightly. If irritation occurs, like dryness, tightness, redness, and peeling, apply your moisturizer first and apply the retinol on top of the moisturizer. This will slow down the absorption into the skin, allowing for your skin to get used to the product and absorb it without overwhelming the skin. If someone has sensitive skin, it is recommended to use a phytoretinol product or a retinol alternative instead of one of the other options. This will decrease the amount of negative side effects and can be used nightly right away. We just learned a lot about retinols. I hope everyone feels comfortable talking confidently about retinol ingredients. Now we can safely help customers find the best retinol option for their skincare routine. Thanks so much for training with me today. Bye!